Hello, it is I, the alter ego of Jeff that wears hats. I had someone down in the comments below say like, man, who is this person that wears hats? It's not Jeff. And I wear it every once in a while when I feel like not doing my hair, or I realize it's 9 p.m. and I still need to make a video after working for 12 hours straight, and I'm going a little bit crazy and out of my mind, and this is what you get, okay? So here we go. So this is a deck that I almost never do this. This has been like, I've probably net decked a deck about maybe 15 times out of like 600, and I think I'm around 680 videos right now. And most of the time, like, I'll build decks completely on my own, or maybe someone from the chat will help me out a little bit, something like that. And then they tell me that I build a deck that's exactly like someone else's, and they're like, man, you're just stealing everyone else's decks. I typically build my own decks, but today's deck comes from a 5-0 deck that was on MTG Goldfish, Air Vengeance, Gruul aggro, and I really like the look of this one. I literally never look at the top 5 or the people that 5-0, but this deck went 5-0 on MTG Online tournament, or whatever it's called. I don't play MTG Online, and it was a best of 3 version, but I really like just where this deck goes with it, where instead of your typical Gruul aggro where it's all focused around kind of the 2-drop slot and having a lot of aggression there, instead we're trying to give a little bit more value to being able to play the mid game a little bit better with Edgewell Innkeeper to help us draw cards, and we have a bunch of other adventure cards that aren't quite as good as I feel like the Zerta Goblins or, you know, Gallia, something like that, but with the Edgewell Innkeeper and with everything else we're playing in here, just having Embercleave put onto Rimrock Knight and everything like that, like, they're definitely not bad. This is everything works. So we basically have the biggest changes here in Rimrock Knight, Lovestruck Beast, and Edgewell Innkeeper versus our typical Gruul aggro deck. But this deck I've tested out a little bit so far, and I'm liking it quite a bit. And so I think that I would change a couple of numbers here and there for a best of 1, but I wanted to play the deck as it is from Air Vengeance because this is his version. I'll say what numbers I would probably go down right now. The Rimrock Knight, I like it, but I don't think I want 4 copies of it. I think I'd rather have like maybe 3 or 2 copies, maybe bring back up some of the 2 drops to make it a more rounded out Gruul aggro deck. The Edgewell Innkeeper has been surprisingly effective to be able to draw, even if we draw 1 or 2 cards with an Edgewell Innkeeper in a Gruul aggro deck. That's so powerful to get those extra draws while doing basically the same thing we would do anyway, playing 1 drop, playing 2 drops, smashing face, doing all that kind of stuff. Are there better 1-drops out there? Yes, but do other ones draw us cards? No, and that's amazing. So we're loving that. I do think going up to 4 copies of Spellbreaker and having either Gallia in here, it might be nice to have on the 2-drop slot. So again, I don't know exactly the numbers that you would do for that, but overall, I've been liking how this deck has been playing. So we're going to go ahead and jump right into the gameplay, see how it does for us, and wish me luck. Here we go. We're up against Steve's Universe number 7. Dude, I only have 1 of my own. That's crazy. All right, keep this. What's the best 1-drop to play? It's probably Pelt Collector, and then hopefully you find like 2 green mana for Edgewell Innkeeper, Lovestruck Beast, and then Lovestruck Beast on turn 3. That seems really powerful line. But if we do find something else, it might be better just to have Pelt Collector out. Like if we go for a Gruul, let's see if we find the 2-drop slots, then something in the 2-drop slot. Man, I have a hard time speaking today. What's going on here? Come on, Steve. Choose your hand. There we go. Pelt Collector. Paradise Druid, that's the one I was thinking of. All right, I got it. Oh man, you guys have tried talking all day on here and try not to make a fool of yourself. I still can't do it. All right, swing in. We have double Edgewell Innkeeper. That's really nice though. If we do find, I'd love to have extra lands here. I could just get Lovestruck Beast out of our hand. We'll go ahead and go with the Edgewell Innkeeper. We might draw out like targeted removal early on this way and keep it off our Pelt Collector, and we still have the other Edgewell Innkeeper. We can play that out, and then Lovestruck Beast, you know, this is kind of more of a turn 4 play where we're getting creatures onto the battlefield and still drawing cards. The whole drawing cards things is just not actually happening right now. I think we just hold up Bone Crusher past the turn. Not hitting land there was a little bit rough. Deafening Clarion. If they go for Deafening Clarion, that's not too bad here. All right, we're gonna go ahead and just hit the face. Down to 13. Now we hit our land. Yay. Man, I really want to get Edgewell Innkeeper before we play these guys. So I guess we'll do that. If we hit land, though, we're going to go for Questing Beast. If not, hopefully we can play one of these guys out, find the land, and then keep going. But this may tempt them into playing out like their board wipe right now. Just because the amount of value Edgewell Innkeeper gives. We shall see. Dude, I'm such a sucker for a Gruul aggro deck. Gruul has always been my favorite style to play ever since Red-Green Pummeler back in Kaladesh stuff. I mean, it's so fun, right? Well, they've got it all, so I guess we go Bone Crusher because we can't actually swing with Bloodstruck Beast. There is a chance we just find a 1-drop, but I'd rather just swing with a 4/4, 4/3. Did they get stuck on land there as well? Did, kind of.
I prefer a peaceful resolution, but I'll fight if I must.
So if they -2, hopefully we can find the Questing Beast mana. If they tick up, just to gain some life, Questing Beast is still great there. So if I was them, I would probably go for the -2. At the same time, though, we could have another Bone Crusher Giant. We could have a lot of different things to play here. And just gaining life might be what you need. I see too few people using the plus ability on our side. I think that the gaining life there is actually... It slows the game down significantly and is typically exactly what you need to actually win. Although, I mean, the -2 is amazing as well. So it's hard to say in a lot of situations which is best. If you target the Bone Crusher here, I believe it's an ability that targets it. So it doesn't actually deal 2 damage to its controller. Alright, so they do -2.
Then act.
Discards another Narset. Alright, land for Questing Beast. We had gone many a turn without lands. Alright, I was gonna say we should be due for one. Perfect. And he got rid of another Narset. Swing at face. Kill Narcy.
This was not my plan.
Down to 7. If we hit another land, we have the Embercleave onto Questing Beast. Ooh, that'll be good. If they go for like Shadow Disguise, I mean, hopefully they don't have another Narset. They just got rid of 2. But I mean, they're playing lots of duplicates already. We'll see. Some people just get all the luck.
Longer. Stand by and watch.
Teferi bouncing Questing Beast is less annoying than some other things, especially because now we can't even play Embercleave with Teferi out. Dude, I really hope that at some point they ban Teferi. I mean, I know it's going away soon anyway, but I don't know why they're going so slow with banning in Standard in Historic, because the formats are so like almost everything is digital now, so just get rid of stuff, you know. You do know. I get you. We hear each other. All right, so their best plays are to get them out of this slot are probably going to be Shadow Disguise or Elswith Conquers Death, or maybe they're playing like Yorion. All right, Narset. All right, so our Questing Beast should win it here for us now. Hopefully they don't have Unsummon. Highly doubt they do. And game. Earlier I was saying some people have all the luck. This time I did. Actually, we just had a pretty good hand. And finally actually drew lands. All right. Ranking up. Hopefully get to platinum before too long. That's a lot of Embercleaves. We're going to Mulligan that away. This is pretty good. Double Pelt Collector into Rimrock Knight or Paradise Druid Rimrock Knight. Actually, what's the best way to go about this? It's probably Pelt Collector. Oh, we have to drop a land as well. I guess we could just drop Pelt Collector and go up the curve. That's probably safer. Our deck is a bit more mid-range. Double Pelt Collector might be nice over the Rimrock Knight, but meh. I'd rather play our curve. Footlight Fiend's a little bit annoying. Alright, go Paradise Druid. Don't swing. No attacks. Cauldron Familiar. They have it all. All right, so we need to find... If we can give this Trample, all of a sudden we're in okay shape. Footlight Fiend's also annoying with the Rimrock Knights. Let's go Rimrock Knight. Just play it out. We're just trying to grow the Pelt Collector to where he starts being relevant. If we swing in, they probably just block with Cauldron Familiar. I don't think we care to hold up the Rimrock Knight, so we're just going to play Stomping Ground tapped, pass the turn. I don't want to tap down Paradise Druid because of Footlight Fiend, if we can avoid it. So I think the best draw that we have here is an Embercleave. Embercleave would be pretty sweet. Yep. All right, Mardu. I'm assuming this is just like Mardu Aristocrat. So this is probably Broodmoth. Yeah, I've been actually wanting to play Broodmoth again. It's been a while. Pass to my turn. Okay. We need to find... You know, in a mid-range deck, we'd like to find stuff that's more than 2 mana now. Yeah, I think we just passed the turn. I mean, we could play out the other Rimrock Knight. They just have such good answers for it, and I'd rather utilize the +2 if we find an Embercleave for some way to trample through. And I mean, the game's slow enough at the moment. We have a decent blocker. They're gonna go land, Broodmoth. We're gonna cry. Really sad dude. Dude. I can always call it. I'm not sure I'm happy about that though. Well, we can hopefully find a way to kill this Broodmoth. Not with these draws, though. These have been pretty sad. All right, we got to try to force the issue. No, because Footlight Fiend just comes back. So they can still kill Pelt Collector. So yeah, no attacks past the turn. Yeah. Yeah, uses Footlight Fiend, kills the Rimrock Knight. That's cool, that's cool. I think we're gonna wait for one more draw, then we're probably just gonna be out of this game. No reason to stick in one when Arena just decides to stick you with it, you know? So we'll wait for one more draw just to see what it is, but very unlikely that we can come back here. I don't even know what we'd find that would be worthwhile. Yeah, that's not it. Probably like Ember Cleave was our best shot, where we could swing in and get enough damage in over and over again to maybe have a shot. With the double Rimrock Knights, it was a chance. All right, up against Worms, bringing on Worms, and we'll keep this. Paradise Druid turn 2, Bone Crushing stuff. I like it. I dig it. Stop here now. Tap, pass the turn. What you got, Worms? We've got Worms. $37 points, whoever can guess that. Ooh, Spellbreaker. Yeah, I mean, I guess that makes sense. That's probably our best play. Please no quench. Don't do it. Don't you dare. They could be playing some sort of flash. All right, Brazen Barber. That's not the worst. Down to 17, pass the turn. I mean, it does slow us down. But meh. Alright, attack in. I might just go aggro with this Rimrock Knight. Like, I might just pump up, go to 7, bring him down to 12, play out the Rimrock Knight, and then what? Sometimes just like, I actually noticed this, a lot of people scoop when you start showing that you have more interactions and more stuff. I don't know why. But if like you just like slow down and think out your turn a little bit, sometimes they'll just scoop. I don't think we're going slow enough to where it was like a rude kind of scoop, but I'll take it. Up against Oliver. Dude, all of the 1-drops. We have the ability to play all of the 1-drops, so I'm kind of tempted to keep this. We're up against Yorion, so we know Deafening Clarion's gonna hit. If we find a 2-drop, this is a busted hand. Or I mean, like anything 2 or 3 drop, that'll be great. And we'll just hope and pray they don't have Deafening Clarion. I mean, I don't think I've ever played against them and they don't have it. Like, I'm trying to think of how many times they've not had the Deafening Clarion. It's not very many. All right, what do we find? Still nothing. Well, we're gonna go for the aggro play. I mean, even if we just find like a Paradise Druid here, it's so much damage. And that's we have a pretty good shot at finding it. All right, playing with some cheap lands. Which, by the way, I think that if you want to try to play more fun stuff, you can still play with not as good lands. And I think it's just fine. I know a lot of people try to get their lands as quick as possible, which I think it is good to try to get as many good lands as you can. Oh, for the love. Come on now. I'm not going to risk this much. We're going to hold back that Dwelling Keeper so we can maybe refill our hand along the way here. Play the land, Deafening Clarion. It's not as bad.
Trust me. You'll thank me later. Here we go.
I'm more okay with that. I'm not okay with that, however. Come on. All right, they can still have Shadow Disguise. I think I still hold back the Edgewing Keeper. Kill Teferi. I mean, having 3 bodies on the battlefield is still enough of a threat that they have to deal with it at some point. Shun. And they could also just like Omen of the Sun and also kill our stuff. Ooh. Shadow Disguise. Not yet.
Mind and body should move. I have just the trick for this.
Omen of the Sun. All right, now how greedy do we get? All right, here we go. All of the greed in the world. I just realized that we can't actually draw a card with Narset out. So do we kill Narset first and then pump everything up, or do we just go for the damage first? I think that I'll risk losing some card draw here. Swing 1 at Narset and then 2 at face. I think that getting... we're just kind of hoping they don't have the board wipe.
Interesting technique.
It is very interesting technique. We'll see if it happens. Just the way that they're playing, it feels like they don't have a board wipe. I feel like they definitely would have done it earlier. Then again, though, they can always top deck. They don't get the Narset search, so that helps a smidge. A smidge is all I want. Yeah, that's a really good play. With haste, pump all the pelt collectors. Trying to think of how they can win here. Omen brings them up to 11. They block here, here, here. They take 3, 6, 7, 8. All right, opponent skips it up. Again, sometimes just holding off, maybe they're like, oh, that last card, it has to be an Embercleave. Everyone always has the Embercleave. I didn't, but if you slow the game down sometimes, people just scoop. You let them feel how much pressure you're putting on them. It's like, yeah, got him. I don't know. I really am trying to think through it quickly, but sometimes when I have to talk as well, it goes a little slower. Up against Justice Blinded. Bring it on. And up against Luris. I will keep this against Luris. The Stomp is pretty nice. We have the red mana for Embercleave. Spellbreaker is going to be sweet. And we'll have to see which version of Luris we're playing against. That's the thing. There's so many different versions of this. Okay, Forest, pass the turn. I love these lands so much. Godzilla. All right, up against the cycling version, eh? Not super excited about that. The Gruul Spellbreaker helps a little bit, so they can't target us on our turn at least. Not that that changes a ton. Alright, Senor Stinger. Shablam. I don't think I showed the Gruul Spellbreaker just yet. We're gonna go ahead and just Bone Crusher. Hopefully they don't have too many more creatures. Dude, 3 Embercleaves. What the junk? In the trunk. Would they trade with the Valiant Rescuer? I think we just try to get Embercleave down onto our Spellbreaker. I'm thinking they're just going to go for the chump block. If we still, and if we hit land, we still have it. They took it? Whoa, bro. That's crazy. All right, they don't have Zenith Flare to actually kill anything right now. Spellbreaker will get up to 5. They'll probably end up killing it after that. All right, so attack in. See how they block. we're basically showing that we have it. We have so many Embercleaves that I'm just gonna go ahead and throw this onto the Bone Crusher Giant. Cycles the Gopher Blood, that's fine. Yeah, I think we try to get as much damage in its face as we can. And that's a lot of damage in its face. Down to 3. And next turn, oh yeah, we'll see. They probably have to Zenith Flare. Yeah, okay, they're choosing their mana. That means they have it. Zenith Flare, killed Bone Crusher, gain a ton of life. Oh, I forgot about the taking the damage there. Risky plays. Ooh. So close to the questing beast. And yet so far. Alright, they can block and stay alive, but they have to block with basically everything. I keep getting like phantom vibrations with my phone. I'm not getting text. Do you guys get that? Sometimes just like have the phantom vibrations. I mean, you only have to block with 2 guys, and then if you find a Zenith Flare, you win. I don't feel like this is that difficult. Are they really going to time us out? This is a pretty straightforward match. I don't feel like there's anything to be angry about. Wow. All right. All right, opponent timed us out. Actually timed us out. I mean, they were still in the game. All they had to do is cycle. They had even, you know, cards in hand. Maybe they just had like all 4 lands. That's like the only thing I can think of. I don't know. That was weird. I have to go tier 1. 3 more wins and we get to platinum. Ooh. This would be great if we had the green mana. We are on the draw, so there is a chance we find it. And is this good enough if we have to do everything a turn late? Not sure. We can draw a lot of really good cards from here. I'm going to go ahead and keep this. Again, this is kind of just to test it out to see how this deck does. I've not played with it a ton yet. All right. And when you just find everything that you need, I mean, life's good. We'll probably just go Paradise Druid into Rimrock Knight, pump twice, get in. No Heartless Act. We have duplicates of the one thing that matters, I feel like, so they probably take Embercleave just to get rid of it here. Try to deal with the board. Yep. Let's just hope for no Cry of the Canarium. That would make me cry. Alright, swing in. Down to 18, pass the turn. I love that these flags wave. General's Enforcer. Let's go Edgewelling Keeper. I guess we could find a land. So let's go ahead and Rimrock Knight, draw a card. Alright, is this the same Esper Humans deck I built that I was playing? If they have, like, Kaya's Wrath in here or something, that could be bad. I think we hold back. We don't need to overfill our board. And we still have enough mana that we can probably play this one out and something else and draw 2 cards. And so I think we're fine. Pass the turn. just passes. Interesting. All right, we're going to attack. And I think we just play out Paradise Druid. Dire Tactics. Lame Sauce. Do they go to 10? Ugh. That's something I've been noticing with this deck, because I feel like we either draw all of our mid-range stuff or like all of our low-end stuff, and neither of those feel great, you know? You know. Go ahead and grab some red manas. We'll get the other one edge Dwelling Keeper out past the turn. I mean, going wide isn't a terrible game plan either. It kind of comes down to whether or not they are running board wipes or not. We can't just swing really aggressively. They're at 10. They'll have to block Rimrock Knight, and then we can kind of just swing in with the rest. I mean, they don't have to, but then it's going to go a lot quicker for them. Gear Priest one. Okay, so now they're going to have lots of blockers. Game plans change. All we need is to find one Bone Crusher Giant. Would be amazing. Man, this has been rough. Should I go for the gamble here and swing in with Rimrock Knight? I'm gonna say they don't got anything. It's probably a bad call. But we shall see. Got him. I mean, if they have board wipe, they're wiping their board too, and then I'm fine playing the top deck war. We'll get out the Innkeeper, pass the turn. Please, oh please, give me something here. Legion's End is another card that probably ought to be played pretty often as well. So I think the best case scenario here is that we find like something like Questing Beast. We play it out, draw 3, find another something, draw 3 more. I think we're going for the card draw side of it more than just about anything else. Try to go wide and outvalue them. And if we find an Ember Cleave, we should be able to finish this game off pretty effectively. They might have like Fight as 1 in here. I think if they would. Come on, deck. I know it's better to just hold on to it, but like sometimes if you're just getting mana screwed, it's kind of fun to show your opponent as well. Like, yep, life ain't working too well for us, my friend. General Kudrow, Dude, we had such an amazing opening hand. All we had to do was find an adventure card, which we have 12 in the deck. Like, let's actually check this out. What's the percentage chance of finding one of these things? Bone Crusher Giant is 8% of our 8% chance. Lustric Beast, 8% chance. Another Rimrock Knight, another 6% chance. Add all those up, it's a high percent chance. Getting out of 4/4 is not bad. Now we have to get through 2 more lands before we have a shot. And we're still definitely in this game. That's why I'm not wanting to scoop here. But not for much longer. A few Oath of Kayas, a few Teferis and whatnot. Dire Tactics. And life ain't looking so grand. The best case scenario is that they actually swing really aggressively here. And we can find Embercleave. That's not very aggressively. I think we can take 6 this turn. Well, we'll need to start blocking, especially with them going in the air. All right, come on. Come on. Give it to me now. Come on, deck. So, I mean, this is the thing I think we're recognizing is that these one drops, let's say that these were like Fervent Champions or something else, or Pelt Collectors. We already had a lot of Pelt Collectors in a different one, but like, it would be much better to have a better deck here. Or not the Edgewalling Keepers. So I'm intrigued that this is so in MTG Goldfish, a Gruul aggro deck has not won a 5-0 in quite a while. This is like the first one I saw for looking down for a while of a bunch of different versions. And so I thought that this one would have a pretty good shot. And I think it just comes down to drawing well. And you guys know me. There's one thing I don't do well, it's drawing well. Pretty bad at it. Might even say I'm one of the worst. Yeah. Alright, they could still have like a fight as one. They can also sack 2 humans to kill Gruul Spellbreaker. Down to 18. Sorry, 8. Man. Come on. We can't do anything right now. We just have to pass the turn. But now it's game. There's no way we can come back from this point. They have too much mana with the General's Enforcers to create lots of blockers. We don't have any way to interact with the board this big. Yep, kills the Spellbreaker. And now we just want to keep at least like 2 Edgewalling Keepers alive. To try to refill a little bit here. Now, I would be going a lot more aggressive than they are. They don't need to. I mean, they still are at 10, and we could find an Embercleave and swing in. So, I mean, it does make sense. I think we chump. We're dead in the air if we don't block again. Is it worthwhile to kill here as well? They get another blocker in the air. Flyer. With Edgewalling Keepers, we could go off this turn, and having extra mana would be nice. Something like Questing Beast could be pretty sweet. And Embercleave. So Rimrock Knight, draw 3 cards, Embercleave, Questing Beast. Swing in. I think we needed more mana. Ah, mega game. Man alive. Oh my luck. We'll go one more game. Alright, up against Symmetric. Bring it on, Symmetric. And this is definitely a hand. The double Embercleave is looking awkward. I mean, Paradise Druid is really nice. Bonecrusher Giant's really nice. I just am not a big fan of Rimrock Knight. I know it's really powerful in certain decks. I'm not loving it here. I'm keeping this because we have a good 2-drop that ramps us up, and we can find a lot of really good things here. If we find land into like Questing Beast, having the Paradise Druid is still bonkers here, so we'll see. Here, Precinct 1. Alright. Bone Crushy time. Stomp that. All on the floor. Stomp that. Takes Paradise Druid. Yep, good call, good call. Domri's Ambush is pretty nice. Esper Humans again. Fairy.
I know my responsibility. This might be a bad idea.
For the Rude. Dude, what is up with... And this is another reason why I don't typically like to play this many Embercleaves. Because I feel like 3, you still find 1 pretty consistently. And you should have a deck that's not only built around winning with Embercleave. I mean, a lot of Bone Crusher Giants is not bad. That can definitely win the game for us. If they start coming out with indestructible peeps, might be worse. Dude, where's the land? Where is the land? All right, pass the turn. Oof. It's getting away from us here. I do like this Domri's Ambush. Spellbreaker into Ambush can be pretty nice. And we can race the 2 damage. 4 damage, though, we're not going to be able to do much about. Down to 15. That's my turn. Where are the flippin' lands? All right, counter onto Spellbreaker. Pass the turn. Oh, for the love. All right.
This isn't a
That's
fight.
probably game. Dude, we just have not drawn well. Like, I feel like... maybe I should not have kept this hand as part of it, but at the same time, we've just gotten very unlucky. I think we go Spellbreaker again. We go Domri's Ambush, kill Teferi. Or Stomp Teferi, something like that. This dodges Oath of Kaya, which is nice. Pass the turn. That probably was their better play. Oh no, I had it at a 4/4. Alright. Yep, they've got everything. Down to 5.
Here goes nothing.
Oh, dirty. The early GG. Nice. Okay, Rimrock Knight. I guess I could have done this earlier. We can at least kill these guard mages. Dude, they've got it all. Alright, we'll concede. Wowzers. Alright, so overall with this deck, I had a 54% win rate. As you can see, those last 2 losses were brutal, man. And these 4 games I played beforehand, testing it out. Win, loss, win. So it is about 50%, a little bit higher than 50%. And a lot of those losses were just felt really bad. Like, I feel like even with these ones here that you guys didn't see, again, were the same type of things where I felt like I should be drawing better. I should be winning the game. I have all the tools to do it. I just wasn't piecing things together quite right. And so maybe that's a numbers game, changing up the numbers. Maybe that's just sometimes you get screwed. Sometimes you don't have the right draws. I know that happens a lot to me, but maybe it is more in the numbers here. So let me know down in the comments below what you guys would change with this deck. If you guys like how it's built, it's a very different type of Gruul aggro deck, right? It's more Gruul mid-range with still kind of the aggro feel to it. And so anyway, I really like it, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks so much, and bye-bye.